We've likely heard of voices concerning rights of people with disabilities. Yet, what about their rights to have sex? Or to get services related to their sexual needs? The Hong Kong Women Christian Council set up a work group studying the relationship between disabilities and sexuality in 2012, examining the subject of sexual rights of people with disabilities through interviews about their stories. In 2016, the work group identifies sex work as an area through which it can study the connection between people with disabilities and sexual rights. It is widely known that the sex industry is legal in the Netherlands. Sex business and solicitation of prostitution are allowed in specific red light districts. After prostitution was legalized by the government of the Netherlands in October 2000. Learning through the web that the Dutch government adopts a policy granting allowances for people with disabilities to receive sex service for 12 times a year, we visited the Wallen, a famous red light district in Amsterdam, and met Proud, a local union for sex workers, to learn more about the policy granting sex service allowance for people with disabilities.
So the reason why we're here in the Netherlands is because we heard that there is a policy that basically kind of gives subsidies to people with disabilities, that they can go to sex workers like once every month or 12 times once every year.
Is that it was a discussion years ago. And that was quite interesting. And the discussion started because there was one gemeente, one city in Limburg. It's a province of the Netherlands, more in the south. That made it possible for a few people with a disability to ask for some money, for some financial support, to be able to order somebody for an erotic service. And that started the discussion in the Netherlands, but then I think I speak about it at least 15 years ago, so it's a long time ago.
Mariska, the founder of Proud, is a sex worker too. She established the Prostitute Information Center in 2003 for supporting local sex workers. She told us that the Dutch government has never formally legislated for granting sex service allowances to people with disabilities. We were extremely surprised to hear this. However, we did interview several sex workers in the union who have served people with disabilities. Janet is one of them.
So, do you mind telling us how much you charge for regular customers and how much you charge for people with disabilities?
For regular customers, €150, and for handicapped, 130. Yes.
Do you charge differently for different kinds of people with disabilities?
No.
Just the same.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, and I charge only that price. I'm not saying for this you have to pay more or something. It's one price.
What makes you think that you should charge less?
Because they have less to spend. Yeah.
Sex workers have to be responsible for their own business. However, of the several practitioners in the trade interviewed by us, they simply do not mind the longer service time. And they will even adjust their positions and apply specific sex skills to meet the needs of people with disabilities.
You have to give yourself to the customer.
Yes.
You have to bring your body parts to the mouth of the customer.
You have to bring
Instead of
yourself,
that, he comes to you.
His hands couldn't move. I kept his hands and put it to my breast because he likes it.
Yeah.
So you have to help them with everything. Yeah, I like sex, so that's why I chose this job. So I don't care if the people are disabled or not, because sex is sex.
So can you share with us an experience that you enjoy, like you very enjoy that with like people with disability?
Yeah, that guy who can only move one finger, I really like him because he's yes, he can only move one finger, and he's really a happy person, and he's a really good kisser.
Mariska is curious about having such a women Christian group for visiting them to study sexual rights of people with disabilities. In fact, most Christian groups in Europe are relatively conservative towards the topic of sex, considering that sex work is unethical and that sex workers should go back on the right track. She's surprised to learn that we have a pastor traveling from Hong Kong.
You're a pastor of a church,
Yes.
and you openly defend
Yes.
gay people, transgender people, sex workers. You want to support them
Yes.
openly.
Yes.
I'm so proud of you. You say that you say that in church too?
Yes.
When you preach?
Yes.
How? Well,
During the interview, Mariska thought of a place in the south of the Netherlands called Breda, where applications lodged by a man with disabilities to the local government for sex service allowance were successful. So, we headed south to learn about how he had got the green light.
1 year before he had his relationship, he went to the government to get money for a sex worker.
En ik moest bij een psycholoog, een maatschappelijk werker, een dokter, een paar ambtenaren. Ik moest ten overstaan van zeker 8 man uitleggen waarom seksualiteit heel belangrijk was.
And he had to tell his story in front of 8 people, a psychologist, a doctor, blah blah blah, and tell those people why he needed this money for sex.
Let me clarify. So the government does not just automatically
No.
for everybody to go to a sex worker. If you want to have that, you will have to argue specifically.
Exactly.
You have to justify.
Justify why you need specific sex work and why sex is so important for you and you can't live
Het
without
probleem
it.
is, ik toonde aan dat je in mijn situatie bijna geen relatie kan krijgen.
He explained to them that for him it was very hard to get a relationship. So that's why he asked for this money.
We find that local governments in the Netherlands have their own policies, and there are not many cases of sex service allowance for people with disabilities. In 2003, Marcel was granted allowances for sex service from the local government in Breda for a year. He was able to get a monthly allowance of €170, which was just enough for him to have 2 sex services a month. However, the amount of such allowances gradually reduced as the local economy declined. All of us have the need for sex and love. Yet people with disabilities have to face a reality that it is not easy for them to find a partner. It is truly courageous for Marcel to state his sexual desire as a person with disabilities.
90% of
Sexuality.
is in the head. It's not in the body.
Ja, ja. Het is verbintenis. Het
It's
is
connection.
connection.
How to do it in the head?
Sexuality is not just the deed itself. It's not the fucking, but it's the things that go on in your head as well. Zeg toch niet?
Can you say some example that maybe the most enjoyable sex
Ever.
Most enjoyable. De meest geweldige seks die je ooit gehad hebt.
Dat we aan het vrijen waren en dat ze naar mij glimlachten en ik zag dat het gemeend was.
That they were having sex and that the woman smiled at him and that he knew and he felt that the smile was real.
Hoping to contribute to society in an alternative way, Marcel started an escort website specifically for people with disabilities. He wanted for all of them to enjoy their sexual life, regardless of their sexual orientation. Most importantly, there is an essential principle for him.
But I have personally one exception. When a client calls, and he has a girlfriend, and he wants an escort, then I said to him, call a normal escort. I try to solve problems, not to create.
Apart from Marcel's website, there are 3 more escort agencies for people with disabilities in the Netherlands. We went on visiting The Hague to meet Tika. Tika is an independent sex worker who worked for an escort agency before. She quitted the agency and became an independent sex worker subsequently for more flexibility in her jobs and charges. Tika serves people with disabilities only. She also helped a woman with disabilities to masturbate once. Her most unforgettable memory came from Jay, a man from France with convulsion. No sex worker was willing to serve him because of his terminal cancer. So, he visited the Netherlands and met with Tika to fulfill his sexual desires in his final days. Despite the fact that they don't speak the same language, they spent 2 hours of intimacy in a hotel room.
It was a very special situation because we don't talk, we just feel comfortable. He, with his energy and eyes, he asked me to lay beside him, and I tried to see if it's okay what I'm doing, and we were together, and he moved and we moved together as a couple, as lovers, and it cannot be true that somebody so spastic can be so soft, and I thought there is something happening. There must be a God. There must be help here. This was such a
it was a wonderful experience.
It's wonderful experience. And when it was finished, he said, "This is magic," and I said, "This was magic." Yeah, really. And I thought, when I talk about it, no, you cannot put it in words what happened. You cannot. And the helpers of him afterwards give me in a mail, he said, this was the biggest, most beautiful experience. He did not thought that it could be like this, and so they don't know what happened, but they say thank you very much. This was so great, and so that is for me. These are the very special. Yeah.
Tika was a social worker before. She became a sex worker for people with disabilities, understanding that it was difficult for them to receive these services. This trip is an eye-opener for us. Let's listen to the thoughts of members in the work group.
我用第二啲字，我係中意一啲療愈、一啲 healing 嘅故仔咯。一啲 healing 嘅故仔咯，即係我係中意聽人點樣可以行過一啲陰谷嘅故仔。係啦，咁當然啦 ，Tika 冇講好多陰谷嘅或者即係好憂鬱嘅故仔，但係你會見到佢睇到殘疾人士入邊嘅一啲苦痛，而佢有身體力行去 try to 去諗辦法去療愈呢啲創傷嘅故仔，而佢喺當中係得到一啲滿足感，或者一啲佢個人嘅自我完整嘅一啲故事。係啊。
我覺得好感動啦！我冇諗過性係可以有醫治嘅作用，咁尤其是係精神障礙者，可能佢哋唔係淨係靠用藥啦，而係人與人之間嘅接觸同埋連結，係可以減輕佢哋嘅病情，甚至乎令佢哋康復嘅。咁我覺得 Tika 佢唔係淨係一個性工作者咯，佢簡直就係一個治療師。咁我好記得有一個古仔咧，就係有一個男人啦。佢嘅陽具嘅 size 其實係正常嘅，但係佢咧就成日以為佢自己嘅陽具就係得手指咁細喎。咁當有建議佢去揾 Tika 之後啦，咁佢同 Tika 做愛之後咧，佢就好翻啦。咁佢呢個心理障礙就冇咗啦。佢咧就發現翻佢嘅陽具咧係正常嘅個 size 咁樣。咁 Tika 同我哋講嘅呢啲故仔咧，全部都好美麗，好美麗。 係即係展現翻人與人之間嘅連結、親密嘅接觸同埋撫摸，係可以令人重生。
喺 Marshall 嘅訪問入邊咧，我哋聽到佢曾經講過性對佢係好重要嘅，而性呢樣嘢咧對佢嚟講仲係一個生命嘅原動力，因為咧佢出入醫院啦，喺鬼門關當中咧多次冇放棄佢嘅生命，原來最大原因咧就係一個性嘅需要，所以殘疾人士咧喺一個性需要方面咧，原來可以大到就係佢生命裡面嘅一個原動力啦。
其實呢個計劃咧，我哋就希望所有人都能夠明白性咧，其實唔係淨係我哋去控制啱或者唔啱，邊啲可以做，邊啲唔可以做，而係所有人咧都能夠透過佢身體去享受性，去得到快樂同埋滿足，佢內在能量可以釋放出嚟。不過好可惜啦，呢個社會就唔係一個好公平咁樣嘅狀態嚇，大家都可以即係享受性，而殘障嘅人咧身處嗰個情景就更加即係特別係難搞啦。咁呢一方面咧，喺教會嘅反省嚟講，我就覺得我哋行嘅路係正確嘅，我哋應該去探討、去發掘呢啲嘅問題，而係能夠讓更多人明白到身體係上帝俾我哋攞嚟榮耀佢嘅一個平台。
喺荷蘭呢個考察過程裏面呢，喺殘障同埋性權呢兩方面，我覺得荷蘭有好多值得參考嘅地方嚟喎。譬如話，荷蘭原來冇一個全國統一嘅政策去幫一啲殘障者去揾性服務做一啲嘅補助嘅喎，但係依然都有啲個別嘅殘障者為住自己嘅性需要咧，去向當地嘅地方政府去成功爭取到一啲嘅補助金嘅。咁可以見到咧，其實殘障嘅朋友佢哋好勇敢、好自由咁樣去面對自己嘅性需要嘅時候，喺一啲訪問裏面，我哋都發現有一啲嘅性工作者，佢哋都好自發去幫一啲嘅殘障者去提供一啲嘅優惠，甚至乎喺過程裏面可以攞到一啲嘅樂趣同埋一啲互動嘅快樂。咁作為殘障同埋研究性嘅人嚟講咧，我覺得好值得鼓舞嘅。
When people with disabilities approach the final days of their lives, a primitive desire of sexuality encourages the will for survival, bringing people together, or even becoming a drive for recovery. People with disabilities in the Netherlands voluntarily establish escort agencies in the hope that the public can see the sexual needs of them. How can we promote this in Hong Kong? How can we enhance the sexual welfare of people with disabilities so that they can live a happier life with dignity? We'll study further to promote the sexual rights of people with disabilities. You're cordially invited to join us and make Hong Kong a place with equality and love.